Thank you.
Tí wọ́n làmìlaka dáadáa nínú iṣẹ́ Olúwa. Ní báyìí tí àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, àwa ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí a ti ní ìjọba tuntun. Èyí náà ni ó mú wa tí a takọ́ṣọ́ wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá. Nítorí ṣáájú àsìkò ni wọ́n ti sọ nípa ìran tí Ọlọ́run padà wá sí ìmúṣẹ wípé Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ni àwọn rí o. Òun náà ni yóò di ààrẹ Nàìjíríà tí Ọlọ́run sì gbọ́ tó gbà á. Kò ṣe máa gbọ́, kò ṣe máa gbà á lọ́wọ́ wọn. Kò ṣe wá rí bàbá. Ẹ máa kú kalẹ̀. Kí ni ìrètí ọmọ Nàìjíríà nínú ìjọba Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu?
God bless you. Bó ṣe sọ ní Yorùbá yẹn, okay, ó dùn gan. The new government is, you are asking me what the Nigerians should be expecting from Tinubu. Tinubu has nothing to offer you. Nothing to offer you. What the question you are answering me, or you put across to me, this is a question you're supposed to put across to your father, your biological father. Before you met my mother, cross my mother, these 4 times having 4 boys. Daddy, what are your plans for us? So if your father has a solid plan, then you now become an engineer, then the other one then a pilot, this one is this and that. Because when you look at the book of Exodus, Exodus 2, verse 6 to 10, I didn't mean the mother of Moses did not know how to weave baskets. He won't have the knowledge of even putting the boy Moses inside the basket. What we needed from Tinubu is not much. But what Tinubu needed from us is many. In what way? This new dispensation, what we want from Tinubu is straightforwardness. He cannot finish it. He cannot finish it up. He's not God. He's a human being like you. It's like when you are greeting a pastor or a prophet. Oh, good morning, sir. How are you, sir? God will use you mightily for us. It's a lie. God cannot use anybody mightily. And when you greet anybody, and he answer you, that person must be a fool. That pastor is a fool. Because automatically, when the pastor goes to bed in the night, who is doing his work? So the only thing you need to tell yourself is that if they greet you, if somebody greeted me in Sultana, oh, Ekusheti Babaromi. Only get that go make you like in Rumumi or Lomorua, Maloso. Only Ninu Bogo, Olu, Alo Showa. Irú àwọn Adébóyè wọn máa jẹ̀bi lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Oyèdépò máa jẹ̀bi lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Àwọn pásítọ̀ Nàìjíríà máa jẹ̀bi dọ́rùn lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Torí iṣẹ́ Olúwa is Sunday nìkan ni ọjọ́ tó ní ká yà sọ́tọ̀ fóun. But tó bá wo Nàìjíríà ń sìn, tó bá dé àwọn churches ẹ̀ láago 10 àárọ̀ Monday, program wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó bá tún débẹ̀ láago 12 ọ̀sán Tuesday, 24 hours with Christ. Thank you, sir. Tinubu ní time tó wà yìí kò fẹ́ irọ́. Then ká má dẹ̀ pàrọ̀ fara wa. Then ká má lọ rárá lọ́dọ̀ àwọn pastor wọ̀nyí mọ́. Eléyìí tá a rí ní time gbòyí ti tó. Tí èṣù, òbí èṣù yẹn tó bá lè wọnú church, tó ń bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí àwọn Adébóyè, tó ń bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí Abíára, tó ń bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí Oyèdépò ẹ̀sà, ayé ti parẹ́, èṣù ti wọnú ìjọ. Káká àwọn ọmọ ìjọ, ká fọ̀ sí wọn, ẹni tó máa dìbò fún. No, it's too barbaric. It's too bad. Kò ṣeé gbọ́. Kò ṣeé gbọ́. Then ìbò tó wá tán again, ẹnìkan jẹ́ tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ bí ọ̀sán yìí. Bí ẹni tó pọ̀ lọ, bí ẹni pé calculator orí òbí dàrú. Only they are converting it to Christian war, religious war. Ọmọ mélòó ló bí tó fẹ́ gbé mọ̀lẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Òbí lè dúró níbi tó ti yin báńgà ni, tó ń pè wọ́. Ṣé o tún fẹ́ ṣe wá bí tòjúkú ni? So my brother, to come back to your question, Tinubu need a lot of things from us. Tinubu will not live in Ocean. Tinubu will not live in Aruba. Tinubu will not live in Ibise. Tinubu will not live in Delta, but it's the people of Delta that will take care of Delta. Because if you made a mistake by having a friend as an Inspector General of Police, you lost your goat in Ore. You said if they refuse to return the goat, you made the noise around the whole place for one day. Then the second day you enter the vehicle, then you go to Abuja to go and tell your schoolmate who is an IG to come and help you look for goat. Before you come back, even the bone of the goat will be in the toilet. So that's that. So Tinubu expect a lot of things from us. We need to tell Tinubu government the truth. We need to tell the government of Tinubu what we can do. Then we should need to tell the government of Tinubu what we can offer. Because somebody who married, who you impregnate, somebody impregnate at the age of 14. She didn't finish school set. She didn't graduate. She didn't go to school. She didn't have brain. Then he said, the pregnancy is accident. They took you from Oshodi to Kolinti Hotel, and you didn't fight on the road, and you get to the hotel, you said the pregnancy is accident. It's not accident. It takes two to tango. So in this dispensation, we need to be able to tell ourselves the truth and tell Tinubu the truth. That's number one. Then number two, we are the one to provide security for ourselves. If anybody comes to this street, this is a church street, as a visitor, if I'm strolling the street, I must see what happened in that street. I will tell the landlord association. I will tell the other people. So we'll come by Saturday. Somebody wanted to build a house there. At that place, we have even highlighted it for filling station or police station. So immediately we have to approach the person who sold this land to you. He said, because nobody sell it from me, but I just find a space. I need a space around the estate. Sorry, sir. You have to pack your gravel and granite and everything and leave. We, people living in this CDA, wanted to build a police post there. What will he do immediately? He will move. Because it's jointly that we approached him. So when you finish with that, then again, there's another thing in this government. Is we Nigerians that have to go to farm. When Tinubu produce security, confirm the security, then we go to farm. Then we go and farm and bring something to our table, not something to Tinubu's table. Oh, new government, I was just laughing. I'm just laughing. Before you know now, the 8th year will complete. The way we escorted Buhari to Unamdi, escort him to Daura, we still escort Tinubu to Bodilam, or you want to go to his native land in Oyo. So we should make hail now while the sun is about setting. A new dawn. So what he needs from us is love. We should love him as we love ourselves. We should tell him the truth as we tell the truth to ourselves. Then we should try to be hardworking. Then we should tell him our own plan. Anywhere we need the government help, which is for you to use your security, your words, to go to the bank and borrow money and set up a company. So if you are paying the bank back, it's in Tinubu's regime. He will only tell the bank manager, bring down the interest. That's all. That's all. Then when you now bring down the interest, you go and borrow. Like in America, like in London, we have student loan. So that all these ones can be available. And we don't need to have a reckless or sex act. Everybody doing it could do anyhow this time around. Maybe, mo láti fẹ́ yàwó kan sí time ready Tinubu yìí wọ́n ti ní ó máa da ìwọ ló máa tún gbé wàhálà ẹ̀ o. So if Yadimbi is Tinubu's shoe, we could even allow everybody to write whatever they want and put it in the paper. But if we didn't allow him to do that, no, it's good. But Tinubu is a man like you. Like me, I believe Tinubu is a man like me. I have a wife, he has a wife. I have a children, and he has a children too. I live in a room, he lives in a room. He has a car, I have a car. So, we are the same. So, but before we confine a power on him, that was making him have edge over me. So we jointly voted for him. Go and represent us. We believe you can do this. Because two kings cannot occupy a palace at the same time. So Nigeria has many things to offer to Tinubu's regime. And if it's in Alausa, key down the spirit of ghost worker. Then in Lagos State and everywhere, if you go to mosque on Friday, then try to return back to work. Don't go from there home. And then we should reduce going to Mecca in this regime. And we should remove, whether we cancel it. If you want to go to Mecca, go with your money. We should cancel going to Jerusalem too. Because these are waste pipe. All these things are waste pipe. You know, when you go to Jerusalem, the Christians there, they are too greedy. They are not open. Those that gave you the piloting of everywhere you saw John in Jerusalem, the Muslim there can dash you Bible and Quran or Tesla. But the Christian in Jerusalem, they are as stingy as the church rat. And there's no amount of year you spend in Jerusalem as a foreigner. They won't give you their passport. Yes, do not. So it's quite different from the Jerusalem that we have in the Bible. The Israel we have in the Bible. This one is one of the practical ones that suffered in the hand of Adolf Hitler. And anywhere they occupy in New York, everywhere, they move like bees. They don't see good in anybody.
Israel.
The Jews. So automatically, what are we going there to learn from? So we should cancel all these things. Then all the whole leave and public holiday, we should look into it. Then we should cancel the House of Assembly and allow the Senate to remain. Because we have House of Assemblies in states. So that is okay. Then those money will go back to the coffers. Then to cut down the SSCs of the senators. They don't have two heads. That's number one. Then number two, they should employ, Tinubu should send for all the governors and the king. He should return power to the local government. So if for Odeda, Ayeromi local government, Okitipa local government, they should bring out 1,000 or 400 youths from their area. So from these 400, they will remove part of them for state police, county police, market police. They remove training from the retired army general and police officer in that state. They should contract it to them. So for Tinubu should try and cancel any recruited army officer who did not hear, if they cannot speak Hausa, should not be posted to all those areas. We've wasted enough of life during the NYC, police, and everything. We could remember a time in Goodluck and Buhari's regime, about 400 police officers were ambushed. Why? Because they cannot speak the language. And those people who do tell them to drive through the wrong area, they are in the trunk, communicating. We wasted a lot of life. So that's to show to Tinubu that Nigeria is not one. If you employ me to the police, employ me to the soldier, employ me to the Air Force, then you now tell me now that I'm posted to Kaduna, I'm posted to Zungu, Igbo land, and I cannot speak Igbo. So they should, if they think we want to still live together, they should try and institutionalize our languages in the school during his own regime. So there must be Igbo language in all over Nigeria. They should teach our children Igbo language. Then the language is very important. Look at India. They use their language to teach medicine. They use their language to teach geology, to teach in the university. But if you say you wanted to go and practice outside India, then you can go and use the use of English. You get that point. then this is what they should sit down and deliberate about. But if we are still going there, the king can follow before the fire brigade approach, we won't get anything.
Sir.
Then again, all the people, all the young boys they recruited from that place, then there will be local government police in the market, highway patrol amongst them, then post office security amongst them, then colleges patrol amongst them. So anybody coming to invade, before you know, we can easily identify Fulani that Tinubu that Buhari planted during his regime in the village. Oh, those are not our members, so they are Fulani. So when we wanted to do election, you don't give them any right to campaign or to contest anything. They are not part of us. Because when you get to the east, this time around, there's somebody who won an election in Labour Party around Tinubu. They said he cannot occupy the seat because the mother is from that area, and then the father is from Port Harcourt area, and they withdrew the certificate from him. So that is the law of the area. So he should go around that way. We should protect the little we have in our area. Then Tinubu should try to restructure the military, because Goodluck Jonathan and Tinubu and Buhari, they bastardize the security entity, institution of the country to a fault. When you look at Burutai was the luckiest army officer in the life history of Nigeria today. After long army chief, then immediately as he put on his uniform, he now became an ambassador. So you want to die in government. You know, a mosquito who made up his mind to disturb a wounded man will be killed by the wounded man. That's the problem. So there are a lot of things. So it's a thing you can come, and I will tell you, so that Nigeria can see their fault in all these things. And they should return power to the local government, so that this time around, the Operation Feed the Nation, which Obasanjo pocketed in his family name, we should revive it. Now, Chinese are ready to do machine for us, to do the tilling of the land. Then the ritualists will not have job to do again. All the Yahoo boys will not have job to do again. So that everybody can produce food at their own end. Because most of the fathers in Nigeria today, they are all living with high blood pressure, diabetes, and everything, and they're not feeding well. So the food bank that they took to the north, we should centralize it now during inspection. Or what the truck of yam going to Tinubu should be stopped. The truck of yam going to Oyo should be stopped from the north. The cow they are bringing from the north, they should stop it, so that we can be raising the good by ourselves. So
the Southwest here.
Every state, now don't worry. Eat what you have in your state. Use what you have in your state to generate your GDP. That's all. He should take the money away from his head. He's not doing anything. He's not young. Tinubu is not a young man. No, he's not 45 years old. He's not 32 years old. No. So he just, because he was there when Nigeria was good. He was there when Nigeria was fair. He was there when Nigeria failed. So he will now know what to do, because the rubble is on the ground. So we now know how to gather the clay again, so that we can use the mold, the cement to patch it up. That's why it's there.
Sir,
yes,